5 division winners from last year lost in week 1. Let's throw the Cowboys out of this mix. Out of the Bengals, Titans, Rams, and Packers, who also lost after winning their divisions last year, which one long-term concerns you the most, Daniel Jeremiah, out of those 4?
I would say, yeah, the Packers for me. And I know Rodgers is famous for these moments of pointing out the overreaction. But golly, Rich, there's not a lot that scares you outside with them. And I know he's such an unbelievable quarterback. He can raise people's level, but there is some inexperience and some youth that they are really counting on. And I have my doubts and my concerns there. So that would probably be the one. I mean, the Rams just turned the ball over too dang much. And I think they've got too many high elite level players at key positions. I think they'll figure it out. Maybe the hangover, whatever you want to call it, from the Super Bowl. Maybe it's just the fact they ran into the best team in the league. I'm not too concerned about them at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Allen, though, is hurt. Their center is banged up. I mean, Noteboom got run over by Von Miller, and the Bills didn't blitz and hit Stafford 15 times in that game. That's the thing that gives me pause, because how does one improve an offensive line? I guess just reps, one would think, right? When it all comes down to it on that one.
Yeah, but Rich, I just think when you're ultra talented at quarterback and on the defensive front, we just saw a team in the Bengals darn near win a Super Bowl with a complete clunker of an offensive line. So, I think they can overcome and work around some of those deficiencies they have up front. So they just can't turn the ball over. That's going to be big for them. But I'm still buying them. I'm still believing in them. We'll see how the season unfolds, man. 17 games. We got a long way to go.
Okay, so then the last thing for you, Daniel, is give me a team that impressed that we haven't discussed. Is it the Ravens, the way that they looked offensively, with a very dynamic passing game? Could it be the Giants and Brian Daboll going for 2 and having it cash and then holding on, beating the Titans? I'm tap dancing a little bit so you could think. Is it the Dolphins, the way that they looked? I'll give you the floor on that.
Yeah, to me, you mentioned teams that were able to pull out wins. I actually go with the Atlanta Falcons and what they look like. They were ultra competitive in that game. Watching a little bit of it this morning, I think Drake London was really good. He's going to be a really good player. Arthur Smith with the creativity that he had offensively. They had those guys on their heels. So I was impressed with how competitive that football team played in that game. And I thought they have a chance to be a team that could have the first pick in the draft, and they didn't look like that in that game.